That's the superior and inferior colliculi right there. Now, I want you to look right here. There's just this ever so delicate tissue and a cavity right there. And now look, I can lift up that cavity, and that cavity is right here. It's right under the cerebellum. And then very, very slightly, I can see how the cavity comes in and becomes this little tiny trace that's right here. That's connecting to the central canal of the spinal cord, dorsal hollow nerve cord. And this is the third and fourth ventricles. This is the fourth ventricle under here, comes up here, becomes the third ventricle. And now right here, there's a light little trace that comes up and connects up through here, and it comes up into there. So now this is a great dissection. See this fluffy tissue that's right here? I'm not going to ask you this, but this is in the roof of the third ventricle right here. This is the choroid plexus. And you'll learn in lecture that the choroid plexus makes cerebral spinal fluid. And it's really rare to see it so nice, but you can see the structure. It's really great right there, okay?
Yeah, tell us it over here.
Yeah, this is the choroid plexus. And then this right here is the cerebral aqueduct, which connects the fourth ventricle to the third ventricle, okay? All right. Now, other things you need to know. So, this was the pons, and this was the medulla, right? The pons and the medulla.
How can you separate?
Because I know it from that bridge.
Oh, okay.
That's the pons. Can't tell it from the inside.
Okay.
Okay. Now I come forward up here, and I've got some midbrain structure sticking up to right about here. Then I have a big round structure. It may be better on this side. Yeah, it is. Okay. I've got a really clear, big round structure right here. Okay. And in fact, because of the way the cut was made, I can clear some stuff back and make it even clearer. Okay? So, I've got a big round structure right here. This brown structure right here is called the thalamus. Okay? Under the thalamus, I have this is the optic chiasm right here, right? Optic chiasm was right, remember that? Mm-hmm. Okay. I have a structure here, then I have the pituitary here. Wow. Wow. Okay, this is a great pituitary cut. It looks like a pear, and there's two pieces. Mm-hmm. There's one in the front and one in the back. That is the anterior and the posterior pituitary, and I've probably only seen that 3 times on a cut. And it's amazing that it came out like this. So somebody hacked this in half, and they got the anterior and posterior pituitary, and you can see them. You'll notice the anterior pituitary is up all by itself. It's not connected to the brain. The posterior connects to this region right here. That's the hypothalamus.
Where?
That's the hypothalamus.
And then where's the thalamus?
Right there.
Thalamus,
hypothalamus.
Underneath the
Now,
thalamus.
right above the thalamus, this was the third, above the thalamus, not below.
Yeah.
Okay, this was the third ventricle. That's the choroid plexus right there. Okay, is a structure which was ripped off on that half, but it's right here. This structure right here. That's the epithalamus, but it's the pineal gland. So there it is. That's the pineal right there. Okay? So, again, pineal, thalamus, hypothalamus, anterior, posterior pituitary, optic chiasm, medulla, pons, cerebellum, arbor vitae, superior, inferior colliculi, cortex, better on this one, corpus callosum, third ventricle, lateral ventricle, fourth ventricle. Lateral ventricle is the first ventricle and second ventricle fused together. That's where they went. Okay? Outside, frontal lobe, optic nerve, olfactory nerve, frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, temporal lobe.
What about the scolex?
Oh, this is a gyrus. That is a sulcus. Right. This is a fissure. This is a fissure here. Okay. And I can remember, I could go like this and pin it like this. I could pull this guy forward and pin those guys that way too. Superior and inferior colliculus. Okay? All right. So, I did not get the perch done. The heart, I'm not too worried about. If I don't